So I've been playing the Arc Raiders tech test the last few days and wanted to share my first impressions and thoughts on the game. Do I think it's good? Do I think it's something that's worth your time later on down the road? Without further ado, let's get into it. So Arc Raiders is a third-person extraction shooter that has a lot of looting and crafting elements to it. So pretty much a shooter that will have like some crafting like you'll see in Fallout or similar RPG games. And for me, mainly being a Call of Duty or like a just a FPS shooter, third person shooter, straight to the point. It's not really something that I usually would play, but with this game, I was actually slightly surprised with how it kind of focuses on that aspect and other things of it as well. So the first thing I want to talk about is the visuals and graphics. First off, the graphics in this game are phenomenal. I got to play my test on the PS5 Pro and had zero complaints, and actually seen the same results are being seen on PC. I can't really talk about the Xbox, but overall the graphics are amazing. The lighting and visual effects look phenomenal. There's a lot of different environment effects, such as the rain and the how the birds interact with you when you walk by them, which can be kind of a big thing as well, as we'll talk more about later on. But overall, the graphics just look amazing, and I'm really excited to see what Embark Studios brings to the table there with the graphics in future versions of the game. But yeah, next thing I want to talk about is the audio. In that department, it was pretty sound. It was pretty good. Um, the footsteps sound really good. The different environments you can kind of hear when you're, of course, running on sand, running on metal or different materials. Directional sounds really good from what I can what I can hear. But yeah, overall, there again, once again, everything looks good in that department as well. Once again, Arc Raiders is a third-person extraction shooter that has a heavy emphasis on looting and kind of going in and taking that loot and crafting things with it. And like I said, with me, usually it's something that kind of gets overbearing really quick and just something I kind of get I lose interest with. But this game does a really good job of essentially just like not needing a lot of different materials to make, like for example, a weapon or different things that you'll need to take back into to battle with you. And that's a good thing. Um, but essentially, these things that you go on are called raids, and you go around scavenging for parts, materials that you're going to ultimately want to extract with in order to take back and use in your workshop or workbench, and upgrade your existing weapons or make even new ones, level them up. Um, During the raid, you're going to encounter multiple enemies in the form of robotic sentries or different types of robots on the surface. From what I can see, these robots are pretty overpowering. So you want to kind of avoid them. So this game really focuses on kind of the sneaking aspect to it, where you don't want to like go guns a blazing or like running gunning. You kind of want to be methodical in how you approach your raid and what you're looking to get out of the building you're in or getting from building to building. So that that part of the gameplay was kind of a rush. It was really refreshing for me, and it kind of, as a running gun person in Call of Duty, or as like guns a blazing, it was something I had to like really quickly like change up and like be more methodical in my approach, and be more hesitant when going out in the open. So yeah, overall just kind of a fun rush there, and you don't get a lot of health as well. In what I played, it just seemed like a few shots and you're done essentially. And the once those drones kind of like get a look at you, they're gonna be really on you, and they're gonna really try to shoot at you and blast you and essentially just try to take you down. But besides the robots, you actually also have other raiders as well, other players that are essentially doing what you're doing, going around scavenging and trying to get loot and then extract back out when the time's right. Oh, on the map, there's going to be when the map you kind of load into, there's going to be different buildings and little areas that you can kind of explore during your time. Usually you get about 20 to 30 minutes depending on the mission. You can choose to go in by yourself, or you can choose to squad up and fill your squad. Um, Either way, essentially, if you're in a squad, you have the ability for someone to try to revive you if you are indeed knocked, and either by a raider, or of course, or a sentry, a robot drone, or something. The biggest kicker to these raids is going to be the fact that if you do indeed get knocked or killed um, during these raids, anything that you have gotten thus far, or include anything you took with you for the raid, you lose. Now there is a safe pocket, essentially, part of your bag, essentially, that you can put things in there for safety if you do indeed get knocked, to where you can actually keep those things. I believe it was 3 slots that I saw. Essentially, you could put 3 items that you've gotten in there for safekeeping in the event you do get killed before extracting. And then throughout the map itself, there's gonna be different areas where you can extract from. Um, these different areas are gonna have like a timer on it, so there's some that will like last or be open only for like 5 minutes into the round. Others, will be 10 minutes, and then of course one that's gonna be right when the timer ends for your round as a whole. So you want to keep an eye on that, and then be sure to be in the vicinity area and time it right, because not only are you, of course, you going to be the one to extract, but others around you are going to extract as well. So that could be kind of a hot spot for battles, and when people kind of like meet each other on the way to extracting. So yeah, be mindful of that, and be prepared for that. But overall, gameplay feels really, really good, very refreshing, and something that's going to be kind of very intriguing for me later on as I look into the release of this game. So next, I kind of want to talk more about the crafting elements of this. We kind of touched on this, but I want to kind of get more in detail to this. Usually, like I said, I've never been a huge fan of crafting. It's just something that just seems very overwhelming to me, and just it gets old, and it kind of takes away from the whole fun is at in general. And that's just my opinion. I know a lot of people love the aspect of it, RPG wise, and but that's just kind of my taste of it. But overall, in this game, it doesn't really. I didn't really get that feeling. Um, like I said, there's usually pretty easy recipes you can follow, and um, after like a round or two, I was able to like, replace the gun that I lost in the first round that I lost in and died in. But I had the little parts I was able to have on hand. I was able to make a few different guns to take back with me, even though I lost them. There's also like a little rooster you'll be introduced to when you get your little workbench area, and this guy's going to be someone that scavenges for you and brings back different parts and whatnot for you. So that helps definitely a lot, especially if you're someone like me who was not extracting a whole lot. Um, but yeah, that overall, it didn't give me that feeling of overwhelm that I usually get. So I'm hopeful in this area. This is the one spot that I feel that might get me to not stay with the game a whole lot. But again, we'll see. I'm still excited for the game. I think it's gonna be something that's gonna be just refreshing, and overall, it still excites me. There's also a skill tree here that will allow you to kind of upgrade your character with like better conditioning, better mobility, and then overall like survival with um, better scavenging skill points and whatnot. So, if you ever played the Star Wars Jedi series, it's very similar to that kind of skill tree. So as you level up, you'll be able to kind of add more to your character to make them, more of kind of your own how you want to approach it. There's also shops you can visit that essentially are traders that will give you different quests and different like 1 or 2 different like specific materials you can buy if you're in need of just that 1 or 2 specific material to make one of your recipes. But yeah, overall, didn't really spend a whole lot of time with this. I was trying to spend more time with the actual gameplay in the round on the map, but there was a few quests I saw that were pretty straightforward. Um, Able to go in and like to spend one round, get what you need, and come back and then get your reward for that quest with that specific trader. So yeah, overall, Um, Pretty cool. Now there is a battle pass that has some equipment, but mainly cosmetics for your character. I was looking at some of the Reddit forums in different areas. There is some fear of pay to win, kind of potential there among the community, but the items, like some items such as the heavy shield, are being touted as one. Um, I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work in the final version of the game, how you'll be able to essentially earn those points. I started with 2,000, I think, so that was a big chunk for me to kind of like, unlock the pass, and then even had some left over for like a cosmetic I wanted to check out with the cowboy hat. But overall, I know it's an area there that can be kind of touchy, especially with any gamers is the pay to win type of thing. So yeah, you want to watch out for that. But I do have up because with this tech test, it was a thing that they're gonna kind of get a feel for how people are looking at the game, how they feel about the game. So overall, I have hope that Embark will figure out the right balance to this. And they've come out and actually said that anything that you've accumulated or anything that you unlocked during your play test essentially will not be included or like roll over to your account. They did say there's gonna be a exclusive cosmetic that you'll be able to get if you do indeed choose to buy the game. So it'll get paired to your ID essentially when logging into the game. But final thoughts overall, I was really impressed with the game and its overall gameplay. It was something definitely different. Like usually with me, I'm used to Call of Duty, Fortnite, Helldivers. Those are my big three, and this game is just a little bit different. You gotta really take your time with it. You have to be methodical in how you approach the mission, how you move. But yeah, movement too is really nice. The sliding aspect of the game, the overall was felt really nice. So I'm really excited for this game. I think it's going to be something that I'm definitely going to be looking to pick up when the time comes. And I'll have a review out for that and more and impressions and more thoughts as we kind of get more information for this. But let me know what you think. Is it a game that you're really interested in? Is it a game that you want to pick up when the time comes? Or are you kind of someone like, nah, not for me. The crafting is just not for me, or the stealth aspect's not for me. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. And once again, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe as we continue to build our channel. We recently hit 1,500 subscribers, so thank you so much for the support there. But overall, yeah, let me know what you think.